and that was cool, bro. That was real
Right.
cool.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you, being so young, what was your train of thought going into your debut album? Where was your head at, and what kind of conversations did you guys have as far as the direction you wanted to go with the album?
Um, you said one more time. You said being young.
Yeah, being so young, I mean, how mind blowing was it that this is your debut album? Where was your head at, and what kind of topics did you guys discuss as far as the direction, subject matter that you wanted to convey on this album?
On another level, I mean, being young, I think it was just that. Like when you listen to that, it was more. We got our only diss was that our subject matter. Bringing that up is it wasn't really anything besides having fun. I think that was the mindset that we were in at that time. Life was fun. We were in high school. It was fun to go to school. I never missed a fucking day because it was that fly. Um, it was that fly at Westchester High during that time. And I mean, it was, bro, Sin-seer. It was the baddest chicks. You know, LA is known for having pretty women, right?
Right.
We didn't miss a day of fucking school. It was like you missed something if you didn't go. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a fight. Somebody came up there. So and so's dating so and so. So and so's having a ditch party. So and so's having a party this weekend. We getting drinks. We doing this. We were like young high school motherfuckers. Like we knew the stores to go to get drinks and shit. So our album was. I think that's what Law and them felt. It was like these young high school niggas. Cube's verse. I wish I was in high school so I could fuck young bitches like another level, dude. Let me hit you to my lethal injection. Big black erection in your midsection. How you walking through? Like, you know, everything was just, it was fun. Now, we listened to, I think that's what was great about hip hop back then. Like, certain artists were talking about, you know, you had your X-Clans, you had your more positive rappers, then you had your Tribe Called Quest vibe albums. Then you had your gangster street shit. It was just a balance. Then you had your Luke, Doodoo Brown, but you didn't really jump in your car and throw on Doodoo Brown. Like you
Right.
listen to KRS-One, you listen to Cube, NWA, you listen to niggas that put together albums. Doodoo Brown was when you was trying to get some ass at the club. Now, Doodoo Brown is all over the radio, and Lil Blah Blah and Lil So-So all sound alike, and everything is like a joke record. And I don't think anybody holds anybody accountable for if you ask young kids the elements of hip hop, they wouldn't even know. Like
Right.
we pay respect to the people that came before us. So we were in awe of Slick Ricks and even my homeboy who was on your show, Special Ed, who's a mentor, who's my ace, who's a good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? And I looked up to him though. Like he made me want to rap when I saw his shit. I was like, yo, that nigga remind me of the shit I'm on. I'm from the street and I got flows and I'm trying to swag it out, you know. But then you had your KRS-Ones where you didn't try to step in that lane unless you were really prolific and you were really about that life and being a teacher. And at 17, I don't think I was ready for that type of assignment. You know what I'm saying? I was more like, I'm with the braggadocious. We can battle. We can flow. Where your freestyles at? We was just having fun with hip hop. And that's what came across in our record. That's what our video was about. That's what I think people felt about it. And people who go back, it's nostalgic. They're like, yo, I had so much fun at that record. Like, it takes me to a time when life was fun and I was doing this or I was doing that. And, you know, we wasn't talking about killing nobody. We were just more on some get money, enjoy your life, where the women at, where your flows at. Is the beat hard? Is the vibe of the record dope? Because people have better flows than us, but we used to say, you could rap, but your music is whack. You could rap and rap and rap and rap and rap, but did you go in the studio and vibe out the hook? Did you really think about, so, and Law kind of taught us that, like, nah, bro, that ain't it. That's not the hook. He would even tell us, let's do the hook before you write your rhymes. And we were like, what? We're writing. We got the raps already. We'll figure the hook out. Nah, bro, you want to hit? What's the hook? What are people going to repeat? And is it, you know, 8 bars? Okay, boom. You got a 16-bar verse? Bars. Okay. How we count them? 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. So all of those different things we were learning at Sticks and Stones crib, but I think we mastered it with Laylaw and D-Mac because they had worked with so many great artists. Like when you're coming behind Cube and Pac, It ain't no playing in the studio. So whatever your mission is, get your pen out. You niggas are a group. I think we all could have been solo artists, but coming from a group, I like to get in the studio and vibe and have fun and laugh. And when somebody says the hook, we know it's it because we be like, that's it. Okay, Taz gonna scratch this over that right here. Okay, that's the scratch. And collectively, when you vibe like that, I think it comes across in the music. It's just so much more fun. I think, you know, as a solo artist, you really gotta narrow it down. You gotta have 3 verses and you're doing a hook. I respect cats that have made classic solo albums because I know the work that it takes. And I feel like making a group record is essentially a bit easier. But for me, it was more fun, and it was just the vibe that I was used to. I was used to vibing with cats and bouncing ideas off of cats and vibing in the lab, and it was great to do that with Law and D-Mac and Another Level. That shit was dope.
What was the reaction like when you guys dropped What's That You Say? Did you drop that before the album or after the album dropped?
That was the single. We dropped that first, so we
Okay.
did like a filler record. We dropped the record out. We just tested it out, and the initial reaction was just always from the gate was positive, because the West Coast was fighting for hip hop credibility at the time. Even though we had the gangster rap, the West Coast, we came from Westchester High. So at a Westchester High game, you threw up the W for Westchester, and we started throwing that up in our videos and shit. And later, Cube, you know, they West Side Connection, West Side, West Side. You know, people don't associate us with the W, but we are most certainly a part of the history of the W. Cam would argue that for Watts, he was the first, but maybe we were all doing it at the same time. But I know back to 91, we were throwing up them W's for Westchester. And before that was Sticks, because he was in high school before, you know, 89. I didn't get to Westchester till 91. I graduated in 94 when our record came out. So, yeah, that's that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's all good. Did you guys have pretty much creative freedom, or did you have pressure from Priority?
Let me remember that. Brian turned, nah, man, we didn't have no pressure. I was 17, bro. When we went on a little joint from, I met the owner, Brian Turner. No pressure. They were feeling the record because What's That to Say got so much love that he was like, yo, when you guys go platinum, we're going to have your platinum party here. I'm gambling at Caesar's Palace with him. I'm like 17 years old. Law would come get me. Law's my nigga. Law would come grab Bam from the room. Bam, come down. I'm gambling with him and Brian Turner. I'm 17 years old at Caesar's Palace in the high roller shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking about what we're going to do with our album and if it goes platinum, what we're going to do and this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, shit is cracking. But as far as pressure, no, they let us creatively kind of go in our own zone. And like I said before, there was another group, so they were really rushing it. And so we were kind of concerned, like, okay, are y'all sure we're going to use everything? As records were coming out, Just Feeling, we're using that. Swinging, oh, we're using that. But we got this other song we thinking of, nah, we're using this one, this one, this one. Let's do the skits. Let's do this. We started vibing. It kind of just evolved. And then we went to Echo Sound. And that's when the Far Side came through to do Fatty. And we started molding the album and doing skits. I remember we were doing a skit and Eric B walked in. And I'm like, yo, Rakim, Eric B at that time. These are like icons, you know what I'm saying? So being a kid, I went from joking and smoking and shit to serious as cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I heard him listening to it and he never cracked a smile, but his head was moving on certain joints. And so at that time, you play your cool, you know, you kind of watching. I want to see if Eric B is vibing my shit. Oh, I caught him nodding his head up. Okay. On that one, on a For Show Shot, I remember everybody fucked with For Show Shot. But we had creative freedom for the most part. It wasn't like, you need to do a single that sounds radio or you need to do this or that. It was more like, yo, which one y'all going to go with? Because y'all got a lot of shit that sounds like it could be singles. You know, which way you want to go after what's that you say.
Right.
So we had a lot of freedom. Unfortunately, to our demise later, as far as the album, we picked the wrong fucking single. And it was on what did we do? Don't Stimulate second, and
Yeah.
it only made it on the Playboy channel because it was like,
Oh.
yeah, this is like, it was kind of edgy. Don't stimulate if I can't penetrate. Like, who the fuck is gonna play that on the radio? You know what I mean? Don't stimulate if I can't penetrate. That was like something we telling chicks late at night. Like, don't invite me over at 2 in the morning if it's not popping.
Right.
And that was, you know what I mean? But radio wise, that wasn't the joint.